Yeah, thank you. Can you keep it prompt because I know some people are running late. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you guys for being here. Apologies for the lateness. Our director is in urgent care. He's fine. He's just couldn't stop throwing up this morning, so keep him in your prayers. Just a little spiel. This is a script. You can come over to me. It's okay. This is a little script that I wrote in Howard Entertainment last year. And a year later, I'm trying to get it off of its feet in some capacity and try to shoot it during the summer. But yeah, we're going to get started. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoy The Road Between Suns.
The Road Between Suns, written by Joshua Leggett, based on The Brother's Eyes by Tarell Alvin McCraney. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Proverbs 18:24. Exterior, prison courtyard, day, flashback, chaos, loose pandemonium. There's an intense brawl occurring out here. Think the pressure and tension of sudden death for Super Smash Bros. It's every man for himself. Franklin punches T-Bone, black, early 20s, dangerous, in the face. He gets up and rushes to him to the ground. As he's over top of him, he gets a few blows in before Lazard comes to rescue. He throws the prisoner off of him. His eyes laser focus on Lazard as he prepares to rush him like vicious bulls, seeing a red cape. Prison guards approach the scene and break up their riot. Everyone's hands go up. Interior, prison infirmary. Nurse Monroe, black, late 40s, compassionate, is tending to the wounds on Franklin's face. He winces at the pain, but unfortunately, this is not his first rodeo. There's a routine apparent here. He is accustomed to the pain.
So what happened this time?
Nothing.
Through her eyes, she says to him, "Nigga, please."
T-Bone was talking shit again, so I had to put him in his place.
What did I tell you about resultant to violence?
You don't get it. Violence is like the only language these niggas understand in here.
You better than that, Franklin. You shouldn't stoop to their level.
I'm already at their level. We're all in this hellhole together, ain't we?
Nurse Monroe looks at him, and again, her eyes tell him to cut the shit.
What's the use? It seems like everywhere I go, trouble is right behind me like it's my damn shadow. No matter how hard I try to get away from that shit. It's like it's in my genes, my blood, my veins.
Don't give up, kid. You're almost out of here. You only got a couple of months left. Don't lose hope.
Hope's given up on me.
Franklin hops out of the medical bed. She stands up and hands him an iPad.
Just try to stay out of trouble. If not for yourself, for me.
Sure thing, Nurse Monroe. I'll try. No promises, though.
Franklin crosses to the door. Nurse Monroe pulls him back for an embrace. Interior, prison cell, continuous. Lazard sits in the room awaiting him. As Franklin enters the door frame, he jumps down from the top bunk.
Ooh, yo, you good?
Yeah, good. Hey, thanks for the save back there.
No problem, Franklin. You know I got your back.
Oh, man, I can't wait to get out of here.
Me too.
Whew, I can't stand to hear anything that leaves T-Bone's mouth.
What did he even say to you this time?
Nigga blew a kiss at me.
You gotta brush shit like that off, man.
He keep disrespecting me.
And you keep it moving. He do that shit because he sees that it bothers you.
Well, I ain't just gonna shut up and take it.
Ooh, you so hot-headed, man.
Franklin looks at him, preparing to defend himself, but stops before he can prove Lazard's point. They share a laugh. Franklin flinches during his laughter, as his body has not yet healed from the trauma it has endured. Lazard observes him.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Like that? I'm fine. Seriously, Laz, I'm fine.
It's okay not to be okay, Frank.
I'm good. I just need to get out of here. Lay up with a girl.
Oh, is that it?
No, it's been way too long, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you got plenty out there lined up waiting for you when you get out.
All that's on my mind is here.
Yo, you a trip, man.
Oh, what? Girls ain't been on your mind?
Lazard looks at Franklin. It has.
Ah, yeah, that's what I thought. Trying to play savior.
Nigga, I am your savior.
Franklin looks at Lazard. He's not wrong.
You look a mess. Come here.
Franklin walks over to Lazard. He instructs him to sit in between his legs. Lazard inspects Franklin's injuries on his face further. However, Franklin doesn't wince at Lazard's touch. His touches are healing. Their breaths create a cycle. The potency between the two is vibrant. It's growing, and right when the cup is about to overflow.
Hey! Lights out!
Interior, prison cell, night, present day. Franklin Fontenot, black, early 20s, restlessly tossing and turning in his bed. This boy's body is asleep, but his mind is awake, and it is racing with intensity. Exterior, an echoing night. Franklin stands on a long dirt road. He is swallowed in this pool of blue, all blue, a moonlit path, towering willows, the echoing whispers.
This road is rough.
In his ears. As he searches for the source of the voice, his eyes fall on an object at the end of the path. A thick, bare tree with branches extending like veins in human bodies appear. The rhythmic bang continues as Franklin's eyes adjust to the diaphanous tree. His older brother, Leroy Fontenot, black, late 20s, early 30s, emerges from behind him. With an iron hammer in hand, he is exhausted from work.
Lee?
The brothers make eye contact. Leroy turns away from him and continues to hammer at a glowing red piece of steel. The steel refuses to bend, and Leroy grows frustrated.
Leroy!
Franklin darts toward his brother. He never gets closer. Leroy begins to fade into the echo. Franklin stands alone on the road.
This road is rough. This road is rough.
Suddenly, the moonlight washes over with a crimson red pigment. Franklin looks up at the moon to see Lazard Guidry, black, early 20s, floating in the center of the orb above. Franklin starts to ascend to him, and as they meet at eye level,
This road is rough. Yeah. This road is rough.
instantaneously, Franklin sedately plummets from the sky. Interior, prison cell, morning. Franklin viciously awakes from the nightmarish dream and his prison cell. It's cold, dark, and unforgiving. Lazard holds him in his arms.
It's okay. It's okay, I got you.
A bang is heard at the cell. Officer Dumont, mid-50s, black out of shape, appears through the cell bars with a spiteful scowl.
Roll it up, boy.
You getting out.
What the hell are you talking about, fat ass?
Watch it! I got orders for your release. They ain't tell me what condition you was in.
A nigga can't wonder what kind of angel coming to save his ass?
Boy! They ain't tell you? They ain't got no colored angels. Y'all boys go straight to hell. Officer Dumont wallows in a deep belly laugh and unlocks the bars. Franklin and Lazard lock eyes. His heart sinks.
This don't make no sense.
You're a free man today. You don't gotta make no sense. Don't question it. Just get out of here.
Wrap it up!
I'm gonna get you out, I promise.
Hey, don't worry about me. I'm already taken care of. You go get your freedom.
Franklin, along leaving the present image of Lazard, to soon become a distant memory for Franklin to clutch onto, hold close to the vessel. Don't worry. You'll be back. I'll be seeing you again. Franklin eyes him and steps foot into his freedom. A strange familiarity engulfs him as he begins to recall what it feels like to be on this side of the cage he was locked in. He breathes in the life he once had. His eyes land on his brother, who is leaning on the hood of a Cadillac. Franklin scrambles to embrace his brother. Interior, prison cell, morning. Lazar returns back to his cell, alone. In his solitude, he recollects on what he just lost. His best friend, his companion, his stability, his home. Exterior, the Frontenac House, afternoon. 2010, the deep south of Thibodaux, Louisiana. The brothers cruise down a dirt path sheltered by willow trees that guide them to the front yard of their makeshift house. Taking it all in, anticipation takes over as Franklin hops out of the moving vehicle and races down the rest of the way home. Franklin is finally home. Leroy watches his younger brother adopt this childlike spirit. He can't help but smile. He drives the Cadillac into a shed in the backyard. Interior, old shack, afternoon. Franklin enters the shed to find his brother hard at work on that nice Cadillac.
Hey, so, Hammond letting you take his car out for rides now?
Nope.
What?
The brothers share a mischievous smile.
Man, what you still working for that man for?
Well, once you got locked up, I started taking extra shifts.
Why?
To get your ass out of jail?
Wait, you bail me out?
Yeah, nigga. You got someone else who'll do that for you?
Nah, it's just, we didn't exactly end on good terms last time we spoke. You said you was done with me if I ended up in the pen again.
Yeah. Well, you my brother. I say a lot of shit. You're welcome, nigga.
Franklin rushes over to taunt his brother.
Get your ungrateful ass up off me.
Ah, man. Appreciate it, Lee.
Leroy goes back to work.
Hey, oh, you always working. You need to take a break. Live life sometimes. Look, get some ass.
Leroy looks at his brother with disappointment in his face.
What? You so tight all the damn time. You need to loosen up. Hey, get it? Hey. Come on, whatever. Look, I might just go hit up one of my old girls. I know they've been missing your boy.
But ain't nobody missing your ass when you talk like that.
Whatever. Hey, speaking of missing people, whatever happened to that girl, Renee? Yo, that cat was fine.
Nico, you was like 2 years old.
I was like 7 or 8.
Is that better?
Oh. You're just trying to distract yourself from the fact that your ass was in love. Look, I remember you taking me to those track meets when you was in high school. Man, she was fast. Not as fast as Usain Bolt though, but them legs, whoo, that ass.
Hey.
She was always blowing you flirtatious kisses and looking at you in her eyes. Hey, whatever happened to her, Lee?
We stopped talking. Yep. You remember Tyrone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she decided to pursue him instead of me.
Damn.
I guess he had a way of talking to her, you know? And I had that stutter back then, I could hardly get a word out. I was tripping over everything I wanted to say. I couldn't even get a sentence out when I was talking to this girl, man. I remember this one time I poured my heart out to her. And it just disappeared for 2 minutes. You know, that was the first time that ever happened. I guess it wasn't enough.
You ever heard from her since?
Nope. Man, I miss her though. I mean, watching her run was like watching the breeze and the wind on that track. And Tyrone isn't even good for her in the first place. And, you know, anyway, since you're here, you might as well go on ahead and grab that wrench and make yourself useful. Go on and help me out.
Bro, I literally just got out of jail. Like, today. Like, not even an hour ago.
Yeah, and there's still work to get done.
Oh, can we, like, celebrate, chill, anything other than work?
Now, well, why do tomorrow what you can do today?
Why do tomorrow what you could do today?
Shit, we won't prepare for
Okay, all right, chill. I tap out. Damn. Samson? Help me out.
Franklin gives up and picks up a wrench. A hard day's work. Time passes. Interior, old shack, evening.
Oh. Hey, Frank. Did you put the spark head in the cylinder like I told you to?
I put it in the alternator.
What?
You said to put it in the alternator.
No. I told you to put it. I told you to put it in the cylinder head. Oh. Fuck, man! Now I gotta go back and fix your shit.
All right, man. Damn. Honest mistake.
No, bro, you keep fucking out.
Hey.
Leroy exhales out old habits.
You know what? I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. I just have to have this done by tomorrow morning for Hammond, and you know I can't have him breathing down my neck.
Franklin stands there, still reeling from the sudden outburst.
You know what? Let's pack it up for the day. How about I go and make you a welcome home meal? Come on, you look like you need it.
Leroy manages to crack a smile out of his brother.
Alright.
Interior, the Fontenot house, evening. Leroy walks into the kitchen to prepare to throw down. He's planning to add some extra care into his recipe this time as an apology for his outburst for his brother. Interior, Franklin's bedroom, evening, continuous. Franklin enters his old room once again. He experiences this feeling of foreign familiarity. He sits on the bed and takes the room in, getting lost in thought. Interior, Franklin's bedroom, night. Leroy bursts through the door.
Franklin! Oh, Franklin, man, damn, you ain't hear me calling you?
I'm sorry, Lee. I spaced out for a second. You was walking as slow as LeBlanc could walk. What else was I supposed to do?
You better come and eat before I eat my food and yours too.
Even Franklin leaps up out of bed, practically knocking Leroy into the doorway and dashes into the kitchen. Leroy chases after his younger brother. Interior, the kitchen, night, continuous. Franklin revels in the aroma of the room.
Oh, bro. I know you ain't just cooking cornbread and collard greens. I know that's not cornbread and collard greens.
I had you. Welcome home, little brother.
The brothers are enjoying the food, brothers bonding, catching up, time passes.
You know your boy Usain Bolt was in the TV the other day.
Whoo! That boy bad. Watching him run is priceless. It's powerful to watch a black man run towards something. I always feel like I'm running away.
Franklin looks up and realizes he may have overshared more than he would have liked to in the present moment. Leroy tries to lighten up the mood.
You know I built this house myself.
Yeah, and?
I did kind of a shitty job, you know, the walls is kind of thin.
Yeah, and you should have had a lot of things. What else is new?
I heard you in the room earlier. You know, you've been having weird dreams?
Franklin feels attacked and embarrassed that he's this visible to the world.
What the fuck, Lee? Who gives a shit about what I dream about? I don't ask what goes on in that lonely ass castle of a room you stay in.
Look, I caught you spaced out, talking to yourself.
Can a brother get any privacy in this house? I mean, damn, Lee. It's not good enough you got a policeman every waking second. You want my sleeping ones too?
Why you always gotta lock me out? I'm your brother, Franklin. Me, not Lazarus.
Who said anything about Lazard? Look, I don't. He got nothing to do with this.
Look, you always locking me out. And I'm sure he knows you better than I do because you don't talk to me. And that doesn't sit right with me.
Look, Leroy, can we please just not fight tonight?
I'm not trying to fight tonight. I'm just trying to get you to open up, man.
Then stop. Stay out of my damn business. I'm not some patient you gotta check in on.
You are so fucking ungrateful. You are so fucking ungrateful. I bailed you out of jail. Nigga, I bailed you out of there. I worked for fucking years to get you out of there. Not to mention all the years before that. But your ass don't want to listen to me.
Because you keep reminding me of all the places I fuck up.
Don't put that shit on me. Stop fucking up then.
You just proved my fucking point.
Look, I want to see you do good in life. This road that you're on, this path that you've been going down ain't good. Nothing is good down there, you hear me? And it don't seem like Lazarus is leading you astray. It's
Lazarus ain't got nothing to do with this. He's my best friend. He's been there for me in the pen when you weren't. And I'm not trying to hurt you when I say that. Look, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. And I know I'm a lot. I know that. And I'm gonna do better. Okay? I promise this time. Look, I'm tired of fighting. But Lazard, he ain't got nothing to do with this.
okay. All right. I'll leave it alone.
Thank you. Hey. For everything.
Leroy nods to his little brother. Franklin gets up from the table and heads to bed, putting his hand on his brother's shoulder on the way out. Leroy sits at the table alone. We hear the door close. Leroy fights to hold back tears. He silently weeps to himself, for his brother.
I'm tired of fighting too.
Thank you. We'll take a little vibe and we'll have a little talk background discussion.
Sleep on it.
Hi again. Thank you all again for coming. I just wanted to hold space for any comments, questions, concerns that you all had. Drama. Yeah, drama. That you all have for what you just witnessed.
Yes, I have a question. So what happens when Ty get out of jail?
I have to write. I have the. So yeah. Well, no, not a sequel, but like the rest of the movie. This is for the film. This is like the first 30 pages. I have the rest of the movie outlined, so I know what happens, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do we get the second
Well, we're looking to try and shoot it over the summer. Whether that's like the whole movie or just like these first 30 pages is still to be determined, but I will definitely be working on it because I've got everybody's like ready for more. So yeah, I'm inspired. Yeah. Hey.
What personal attributes from your life was inspired? Like helped you inspire?
That's a good question. Well, so like our capstone project was to take a play and adapt it to the screen with one major change to it. And so Jayla, she was our legal head on the team. So she's been with us since the beginning, but like we were throwing out ideas about like what play to use. And this was the first one that came to mind because it's one of my favorites. So I guess that's the my personal attachment to it, is that I chose a project that resonated with me, and it became less of a capstone project and more like a passion project for me. So I think that's why I'm here today, because I kept writing and thinking about it and wanted to get it on its feet. So yeah, it's an adaptation of The Brother Size by Tarell Alvin McCraney. So that's the blueprint for it. But yeah. Hey.
What movie would you say like cinematically matches it?
Ooh.
That one's good.
So in our pitch deck we had Moonlight, cinematically Queen and Slim, not good, right? And then I think also No Country for Old Men was something that we were inspired by as well. Yeah. Barry Jenkins is my favorite director, so anything I see in my mind is derived of his work. Yeah. What's that?
So how did your interpretation of the project evolve from when you first pitched it with Howard Entertainment to now?
Right. So the major change, we decided to do a time change. So like originally this was set back in slavery. Then it like moved up to the 60s, and like we were like playing with the 90s at one point. And so once I said yesterday when we had our rehearsal, this was 2-hour rehearsal yesterday, and then this is what came up today. So I just want to props to but yeah, I was like, once I was free from the shackles of like having to do the time change, I was able to find a time period that fit better with like my vision for it, so I could free it. Yeah.
That's deep.
Deep?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, in the process of writing, you have Joshua has like a really interesting mind where it's like you have the vernacular and the experience of an actor. Then you're also a writer. You're also a director. So I'm wondering, like, in crafting this, like, and also seeing crafting you're in this, as an actor. How do you then step away from, or how do you then balance, the writer side and protecting the integrity of what you saw as a writer, because now you're passing it over to another person's directorial interpretation.
Right. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I think for this project specifically, what helped was that there was source material that I was pulling from. So like, I didn't have to create a character from scratch. I had juicy size to like to build off of, and I already had a vision for how I would play him.
Right.
And so I kind of took that and my ideas and put it into Franklin. And so that was the way to kind of differentiate, I guess, the actor and writer was just. I don't know. Yeah. I'm with you. You have a follow-up?
Alexis does.
Oh, yes.
Not a question, just a thought.
Yeah.
So honestly, this also reminded me of Prison Break, and I was spoken to you.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah.
About and like in Prison Break, the younger brother actually breaks the older brother out of prison because he was like framed by the president for killing the president's brother. Anyway,
I've never seen Prison Break.
I'm telling you. Anyway, it reminded me of that, just the relationship between you seen it? Okay. No, trust me, it gets so deep. You don't even understand. Okay. But but like I saw the relationship relationship like between the brothers, and it reminded me of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, it felt like I was kind of like watching just like a black version of it in a sense. Like it was there, like the relationship is there, it's beautiful. There was something else I was gonna say. But I just thought, the feeling of like when he gets out of jail, when you get out of jail, and like the thoughts and like how you're like, it's a familiar, it's like
foreign
familiarity, and like seeing that, and like in the episodes when they finally like escaped, and like that feeling, but like also, and just all of that, I saw that. So I was like, oh my gosh, like it took me back to that. So it's so crazy how, so when you were talking about, you know, movies that it reminds you of, like, that's something that it reminds me of, but it's not even, you know, but I definitely say, like, check it out, because
I will.
You're there.
Yeah.
And you ain't even watched it. So,
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you touch on something that I can speak to. We had 3 pillars for, like, writing this script that we wanted to touch on. If I remember off the top of my head, a big point that I wanted to touch was freedom, and specifically for like incarcerated men who like lived their childhood through in prison, and like what does home look like when it's not a place but it's in a person, or what does freedom look like when you're able to finally be, who you thought you were, or trying to escape this kind of cycle that you're in, and how do you break out of that? And then understanding that, love looks like many different things. It looks like heartbreak, it looks like mistake, it looks like learning, it looks like many different things. So yeah.
One more point.
Love.
And also just like something that was also present was like the feelings of like leaving someone behind that you care for, and like you can't take them with you, and like in that there are people that like he left behind that like he had like built relationships with, but it's like he can't take you with me, and I'm like and so just stuff like that, and that was also resonant between you and character's name, but
I'm coming to you really quick. I just want to piggyback off of you. Just a quick little like fun fact. So the title, The Road Between Suns. So the Brother Size has Yoruba cosmology written into it, and so Elegba, who Lazard is based off of, is the god of crossroads, and so he serves as like this road that you're going down, this path that he's leading me down, is coming between the 2 suns, 2 brothers. So I just wanted to.
I want to ask, as you see this project evolving, if you were to pitch this project to any major studio such as Max, Disney, A24, which studio would it be and why? And how do you see this project evolving going forward? Do you see yourself acting in it, producing, directing? What steps do you see yourself taking?
Great question, because when we were pitching it, we actually had to figure out what studio we wanted to. So A24 is what we picked. Marvin's can be here today, but he was our marketing head. And so we were going to take like a film festival route with it, and try to follow that formula. So like we literally have all the breakdowns of like location and like marketing strategy, all the legal stuff, like it's all done. We just gotta hit the ball running. But in terms of like future, I see myself acting in it, but I would love to hand it off to a director and try to navigate the let's call up.
Somebody has connections.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say somebody has connections.
Do you feel free to send them the script if you want?
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't mind. But yeah, acting in it. I have like a Pinterest board and like a playlist for the show. So like not show, the movie. So I see it very vividly, visually. Nice. But yeah.
I'm curious.
What's that?
Why do you want to hand it off to someone else?
I mean, I direct at the same time.
Yeah. When I would grow up.
Yeah.
Joshua is a jack of all trades.
Yes.
Can do everything. I think, from my observation, I think he really wants to dive into the world of it because that's what really captured it with the brother size. I remember reading it with. We had everything planned. We gonna do this scene from the showcase. I love that play. Yeah, I love that. Things have changed, but now we're here. I think he really wants to be in the world of it, just as like the characters and like really experience it through those aspects. And I think as director, it's fun to build the world, but it's hard to take off that hat once you're in it. Like, I think it's something that's great that like Quinta can do with Abbott because it's more like comedy, it's more like loose. But when it's something more, especially with the brother side, it's more
immersive.
Yeah, and like fantasized. Like it's that Yoruba cosmetology, like you were saying. There's so many different elements that like I think as an actor, it's just so juicy. Like, if I could sit with this script and these characters in this world, I would like just seep into it.
I'll think about it though.
How do you feel about that?
It rings true, but like I haven't given thought of like, actually doing both.
Yeah.
So I'll think more about that.
I think you should. I'll throw it out there. Just,
okay.
I'll be the one voter for you.
Thank you. Do you have a question comment?
Yeah. It changed after the question, but now I guess it's more of a comment. And I just wanted to say, like, I say often now that I am not an actor because I am not, and I don't. And I like in doing work with you guys, I feel like coming to Howard and meeting a lot of you, like. Somebody was telling me the other day, like, yeah, bro, Prince, we've been working together for the last 4. It was Will. Will was like, me and Prince been in the same ensemble for the last 3 years. I'm like, no, we haven't, bro. Yes, we have. Dude, you said that like, dude, no, we haven't. I got here last year, bro. But everybody does that. But so it's just interesting. Like, I feel like one of the things I'm most grateful for in that experience is I feel like these two are like Batman. And they're Batman, like, you know what I mean? So like, I be robbing in this bitch. Like, they'd be like, yo, from little things like auditions, I'll call them up, they'll look at my stuff, I'll go in the room and I'll be killing it. They'll be like, yeah, Prince, you ate that. I'm like, no, that was Joshua and Tyree. They just told me what to do. So I feel like I'm really excited to be in this collaboration, especially as we graduate. It's just showing me that, like, and Alex as well, like, we kind of just been like building our own path, and very similar to a lot of the people that we've named today. And whether it's Quinta, whether that's Tarell, like I feel like God has just really been affirming to me lately that like this is really what you're supposed to do. Like I'm more interested in being here than that I can go on audition for this and audition. And we talk about we be up all types of the night talking about these kind of things. Like I think literally we were here till 3 a.m. the other day, just talking. And so it's like affirming that like. This is what I forgot what I got into it for. Like this is what theater is. This is what the art is. It gets convoluted sometimes, and I'm like, I need to make money, and I need to I need to create a way for my future, for my children, etc. And then, I'm really grateful to be in a project like this because it's been part of the thing that God has used to like reground me and say like, no, like I'm making stuff with people that I just love. We have fun. We talk about it. We chop it up. And now we're about to embark on something that's about to be legendary. And then when these white studios see it, they're gonna be like, oh shit, like, we want to be a part of that. And it's a different conversation because we're like, we didn't actually need y'all, like, And so I'm excited to be in that space. And I think it's really trailblazing what you're doing. I'm going to shout that out.
Thank you. Any other comments?
The New York people ain't got it, I'm telling you.
The New York people?
Yeah, they don't got it. Like, this guy, this is here.
Oh.
Exactly what he said.
Say, got you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Well, if there are no further comments, we'll close it out. Thank you again so much. Thanks to this cast. Thank you to Avery, who directed this. To be here today. Shout out to my Howard Entertainment squad.
Shout out Joshua!